Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. And today we're taking a look at from Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Generation Selects. This is Tricranius. And as you can see, Tricranius is a repaint, retool of Ractonite. Basically, the only thing different is that there's a new skeletal dinosaur head. Tricranius is a Triceratops, while Ractonite is a don't know what it is up tops. Now this is available from Hasbro Pulse, as other online retailers and eBay and stuff like that. This is a general retail release, so you can get a better look from the side there. The different horns, the whole different that back plate around the head there. I almost want to say the heads are similar, but as you can see, some of the plastic on Tricranius is done in black with some clear, translucent, rubbery type red and orange, and there's a lot of fading going on. You have some yellow coming through, whereas Ractonite is basically white and gray. These are fossilizers, so we all know the fossilizer gimmick. They're like weaponizers. You can break them apart, use them as weapons, create weapons with them, and then reassemble them for robot mode. We'll get to that in a moment. So we'll pause and we'll come back. I want to show you a couple other things. Before we get into the figure, there was a couple things I wanted to show you, and first of all was this is the actual Generation Selects box. As many of us know, over time, the Generation Select boxes, I shouldn't say over time, but they can be modified, that you can turn them inside out for a more type of colored pattern. Now, what's interesting is that this is the first time I've seen it done in full color. Usually that's brown and black with just a different deco. This was done in full color, and thus this is the first box that I've turned inside out. The only problem I have is one of the sides doesn't want to clip in as nicely as it should, but very nice deco on the box. Goes around the back there. There's the War for Cybertron Trilogy, and there's the Maximal logo. So yes, Tricranius is a Maximal, whereas Ractonite was a Predacon. Now, the other little gimmick of this set is we got another little box of goodies. This time it's blast effects. Now, unlike the first set, which is all extra weapons and stuff, this comes wrapped up in tissue paper. Now, I don't know if that has to do with Hasbro's Earth-friendly initiatives, or they just felt that, or they've realized that the blast effects will store and keep better in paper. But let's get those out. As you can see, it's blast effects we've come to expect and should be familiar to all of us for quite a while. You have the different pieces here, pull them apart. You can do stuff like that. I think this is you can make the really Gigunda big one that most figures can't handle. Different colors. I do want to mention that originally it looked like from the promo pics these were going to be red and blue. These are actually more of a neon pink and a neon seafoam green. So that's kind of nice. And, we all know how blast effects work and things of that nature. What's nice is we do actually have a couple impact effects. These I haven't seen in a while, and these make it look like the Autobot or Decepticon is taking damage. There's some ring effects. And here is this little thin one that, again, you can mix and match them, bring them together in different ways. Although really this piece is meant to go with this piece. And I wasn't sure that it was ever supposed to come off, but again, build them up how you see fit, put them together, and all that. So that's what it is. That's really the selling point of this set. Even though some people are buying it because, as I mentioned when I did Wing Finger, that these fossilizers can't combine, so people are looking to get the different colored ones to do different colored combiners. So that's kind of cool. So let's pause and go back to Tricranius. Tricranius. Oh yeah, that's going to be tough. Okay, so I figured I'll transform on camera for you, since we've never looked at Ractonite before. First thing you want to do is come in and separate the head from the main body and separate the rear hip section. This actually comes up, it's a lot easier to transform this guy than, say, some of the other fossilizers, because you're not taking apart as much as you would. There is one little issue I've discovered with him, but it is what it is, and we'll get to it when we finish robot mode. Pull this back section apart, and just proceed to remove that section, and then fold this section up and in, and just like so. Put these off to the side, come in here, attach this section here, just like that. You can go ahead and remove these. These will be the arms. This section you can just peg in like that. That'll be one arm. With this, you want to fold out the peg and then bring it up and in like that. And then tail section. So you get, you do have actually some double bending there, but you also have very long arms. Now, when I got Ractonite out of packaging, the head was actually attached differently. It was down like this using the peg in the jaw. It's really meant to go like this, I assume. I mean, either way I guess can work. But you want to open the jaw, push that peg through. It's on a little bit of a ratchet joint. And then that will peg into the shoulder here on Tricranius. And again, just fold out that peg. The instructions show it, I shouldn't say the instructions, the pictures on the packaging show it as some sort of a blaster. And here you have Tricranius in its robot mode. And the final touch is you can flip up this visor. Nicely painted eyes. I guess it's like a knight's visor or something. And then to come in, now this is my problem here. If you have the legs straight, there's a natural lean to to both versions of the mode, like they're trying to do the Michael Jackson. So you got to bend them back slightly at the knee to have them sitting upright, and to also balance the weight. And here comes Ractonite. And as you can see in robot mode, they are, in terms of sculpt, exactly the same head. It's really only that dinosaur head that's different. In robot mode on Tricranius, you can see more of the yellow there on the chest, the fading. Very, very nice color scheme. Between the two, I find Tricranius holds a little bit better. I think it's also I think it might have to do with the type of plastic that's being used. I feel a little more rubbery, so there's more of a grip. But some of the hinges on Ractinite are a little stiffer and harder to maneuver. But here we go from the side look there. Again, the different arms. Looks like he's bending his elbow backwards. And then rotating him around to the back. There you go. You have that wash on Ractinite, on the white parts, where this just has that gradient fading. So really, that's about it for the comparisons. We'll pause, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. For most people, they're going to buy Tricranius for the blast effects. Personally, I just picked it up because I thought it looked kind of cool and it was something different, and present it to people and see what they think. I'm not a fan of the blast. Well, can't say I'm not a fan of blast effects. I like them. I just can't use them. And by this point now, we know that you have to be in a certain climate for them to not start breaking down and turning into like gummy, rubbery soup. So there is that issue. And of course, you've all heard my story about having to hunt for a blast effect one day because my cat decided to play with it. But it is a cool figure, and I think it's really my favorite of the fossilizers. And if you have the first version of the mold and would like an additional fossilizer to expand the color palette of your bone weapons, go ahead and pick it up. As I mentioned, I got it off of Hasbro Pulse, but it is available on many other websites. So that's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Well, I appreciate your views, your likes, comments, and subscriptions help communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel is one that should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. A little card here in the corner, link in the description below. All I ask for is $1 a month or $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you, help me to help you bring figures like Tricranius to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But, as I always say, and I always make a point of stressing this, if you cannot afford the $1 a month or $12 a year, that's fine. Watching my videos is more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. So that's about it for the review. It's your old pal Chuck for Tricranius, as I almost knock it over, and we will see you next time.